Good afternoon. Welcome to our newest episode of Real Estate Talk with Lisa. I am so glad you tuned in. I'm your host, Lisa Jeffrey. I'm a realtor here in the DMV with Fairfax Realty Elite. And, we started our show last year, and our motto is opening the door with keys of independence. And I know in the rotation, you're going to see like a big flash. There it is. Open Doors 2019. And that's really kind of how we feel this year. We want to provide you with keys for every door of opportunity in the area of real estate, a little economic development, commercial, residential that you're looking to find. And to that end, we're seeking to present you with movers and shakers, influencers, contractors, people in our area that have what you're looking for. And we want to be that place where you can come and get what you need. As you guys know, if you've been our regular viewers, we seek to educate, empower, and motivate you to action in the area of real estate. So I'm so glad you tuned in. If this is your first time tuning in, you're probably catching us. You're catching the original show. You're on the WBGR Wellness Network on Facebook. If you're catching the replay, you could be on that network, or you could be on our Facebook page, Real Estate Talk with Lisa. Now, if you're sitting at home watching us on your TV, you're probably seeing us on the Roku or the Amazon Fire Stick platforms. So we welcome you from whichever place that you're tuning in at. Now, I want to introduce my co-host here for today. This is Mr. Adonis Lockett. Now, he's with Lockett n-Holmes, which has been doing lending and real estate investing for a number of years. And he's also the director of operations for My RE 360, which we're going to be highlighting today because our topic today is real estate investing, a 360 view. Our area, the DMV, is really a hotbed of real estate investing on a number of different levels because we've got three markets, really probably more, because if you look at the Maryland market, you've got the Baltimore area, and then you've got, the other counties, and they all are slightly different. And so we have some really great leadership in the area. And Adonis is going to reveal some things that can make what you're doing in real estate investing a little easier, a little, you want to give them your motto?
My 360 is the future of real estate investing.
Yes.
We're automating real estate investing to a simple push button concept.
There you go. And I mean, as much as we swipe and click, we love a push button concept. And so that's one of the things that we want to present to you today. And we have a special guest from our real estate investing arena here that when you see who it is, you're going to be like, oh my goodness. That's how I feel whenever I'm in this company. Always just a wealth of knowledge. And so we're going to go ahead and get started. If you're watching now, hit the share button, hit the like button. Let somebody know what's going on, because I get a lot of calls about investing, frankly, and I just want to make sure that you're getting what you need. So, Adonis, can I tell them how we met?
Please do.
I was at Think Realty about a year ago.
And what is Think Realty?
Think Realty is they're a group that really focuses on investing. They're a national group. Right. They feature thought leaders, and not just thought leaders like people just sitting around thinking about real estate investing, but people with a track record. Right. And they highlight what they're doing in the industry. They work with vendors on all different type of levels, where you're looking for finance, you're looking for contractors, you're looking for suppliers. They look at innovative ways to connect you to them and connect you with education pieces that can help you advance your real estate investing activities. And so they hold different expos throughout the nation. And so they were holding one in Baltimore, and one of the investors I'd had on the show had mentioned, so I was like, time ago, I took my daughter, and she ties into our next guest because she was the first person that mentioned him to me. She had met him at a meetup. So we're going to go, we're going to learn stuff. And we actually did. And right before we left, we had gone back to the showroom where all the different vendors are, talking about what they offer. And someone walked up to me, and they had a little iPad. And they were like, we have this software, and you can do all of your real estate investing within it. And we want you to sign up. And I was like, oh, well, okay, So we signed up, and they said, you're going to get some information. And so we were waiting, and we had our information, what we had gotten there. And I recently got a call from the lovely Frida. What's up, Frida? Great job. And Frida's in customer support and customer service, and that's a great position for her, guys. I'm telling you, she's not a robot, and she is. She's a really dynamic person to have in that position.
She
And
loves people. She
oh
loves
man,
people.
and it comes through.
Right.
I was there with. I know you all. If you watch the show regularly, Reba Burris Barnes, our publicist and often our co-host. Reba was there in the car with me, and Frida called, and she was like, did you get your email? We've been working on really updating the software and getting it ready to roll out, and we want to make sure you got everything. I was like, yeah, I got it. And I said, well, how are you getting the word out? And she said, well, we go to the expos and different things. And I was like, I love to talk about it on my show. I think it's relevant to what we're doing. And she said, well, Adonis Lockett, our director of operations, is in your area. Now, your normal customer support person, they will give you like their email that you don't even know if it really goes to a person, or they say, we'll get back to you. Right. But she was like, hold on, let me try to get him on the phone. Okay, he's in a meeting. He said, does he need to step out? I was like, oh, no, he can call me later. And a long story short, we met last week when he was in town, and he showed me what had been done and what they were looking to do. And I thought it was such a great idea that I decided to have him here. And I think it's important when you're doing something. I found him attentive in the conversations that we've had and open to feedback and really having a heart for what his platform does. So without further ado, I'm going to have him talk a little bit about what got him interested in this niche and how he got from there to this right here. Right. Take it away.
Hello everyone again. My name is Adonis Lockett. I am originally an engineer by trade. I got my degree in electrical mechanical engineering. I left college and I went right into corporate America. I worked for a bunch of the big government defense companies, and my job at these companies was process improvement, failure analysis, and preventative and corrective actions. So essentially, my job at corporate America was find a problem that exists in the process, replicate that failure, and then put a preventive action in place so that failure doesn't exist. So I have been conditioned to always find ways to improve our process. Okay. I got into real estate in 2010, right when the market bottomed out. And I graduated college in 2007. In 2010, I'd already been part of three waves of layoffs from two different companies.
We know about that,
right? So, I'm 3 years into the industry, into the workforce, and I realized that it's just too volatile. Even with a technical degree that I thought was in high end demand, it was just too volatile, and I decided that I wanted to get into real estate. So in 2010, I jumped in, and in 2011, I left corporate America to start my real estate investment firm full time. And one thing I realized that the market needed at the time was more than a one-trick pony. So I got into flipping houses, but a lot of people were still feeling credit issues, layoffs, and different things that affected them from 07 up to 2010-11. So I started, in addition to my flipping business, I started a credit repair company to which if you had bad credit but wanted to buy my house, I'll fix your credit and then I'll sell you my house. Right, exactly. Once we got real good at doing that, we got to the point where we had more credit clients than we did houses available. So we need to capture there. So now we're referring people out to these real estate agents. We need to capture that. Right. So I opened up a brokerage, a real estate brokerage. So now if they didn't buy my house, I would connect them to my agents. And as I realized, when these agents are going out with these buyers, we need a loan. Right. So we became I launched the mortgage division. So the philosophy has always been to create an entire ecosystem. I want to control the user experience, because if I have full control of any one person's experience, when someone is telling someone about their experience with Adonis Lockett or Lockett n-Holmes, they can say this experience was white glove, red carpet treatment from day one to day done. That's right. And so my philosophy has always been, if I'm going to give someone the experience, they need to have the total experience. I want to control every part of the process. This way, when people talk about me, they'll be able to relate their entire experience to their interaction with myself and my team and my staff.
Very good. Right? Very good. Very good.
So then the as we kind of we grew into the retail space, we grew into the investment space. I started flipping houses to a high volume. I got to the point where I couldn't hold anymore on the books. I started wholesaling.
Okay.
So we became a wholesaler as part of being a wholesaler.
So, I just want to say this is like organic growth.
It is organic
growth as you meeting the need.
Right. And I never intended to be like a full service to the capacity that we did. But what I realized was that when I'm wholesaling deals, they need a lender.
That's right.
And then, well, some lenders would perform, some lenders would not. So why don't I be the lender of record as well? So this way, if I'm selling a deal, I know they're going to perform because I'm doing the loan.
That's right.
So not only did it satisfy the need of the person on the other end of the transaction, it also allowed us to implement vertical integration. We can actually capture all of the revenue streams that exist in any transaction.
Excellent.
So once the investment firm was fully launched, I realized there was a real big void that I saw existed in the industry as the company kind of shifted more in the lending side.
Right.
And what that void was, a lot of people were getting educated in real estate, but not educated how to real estate.
That's true.
So, just take a moment to think about that. So a lot of people were getting educated, but didn't understand the process. They didn't understand the basics.
Yes.
They knew real estate investing, but they didn't understand the in-betweens outside of the glitz and glam.
Yes.
So what ended up happening was I found myself pretty much educating people on this is what you need to do for this particular transaction, particular transaction as the lender. And I took the time to educate them because if I'm going to be doing a loan for them, I need them to understand the intricacies of the process.
That's right.
So even for that in itself, while I'm still doing the lending piece of it, I'm still an investor. To this day, I still buy fix and flip houses. I buy apartment complexes. We're still wholesaling to a high volume. But so as an investor, what I also found is that some relationships with your vendors are seasonal. Okay,
that's true.
And that's not to say that relationships end on bad terms. One of the GC I worked with for 3 years, he decided he wanted to go into politics.
Okay.
So more power to him.
That's right.
But the caveat to that was that after 6 years of investing, I am now calling people, asking them to refer me over to a general contractor.
Right.
Now, mind you, at this point, I've been in the industry 5-6 years. I've done 30-40 houses, and I am literally calling, asking for referrals like it's day one.
Right.
And that's when I realized there's an inherent problem that exists in the real estate industry. There is not a way in which I can go to some public forum, see the credibility of someone I want to work with, and then request to work with them without having to call, shop around, get referral from referral.
Right.
I also didn't like the notion of just opening a Google search ad and just calling the first one I found.
Yeah.
So I wanted something. I felt like there was a void in the industry that connects people without having to be connected directly. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Right. So, as I'm starting to see these different voids exist, I kept asking myself, why doesn't a solution exist? That was the infancy of my RE360. That I remember thinking that and saying, I think I can come up with a solution that the industry knows is a problem, but doesn't really know it's a problem until someone says it out loud. Right.
That's right. And you brought up a good point, because even from a realtor standpoint, I'm just working with a transaction where even if you're licensed in a different jurisdiction, like you could have a Maryland and a Virginia license, but maybe the bulk of your work is in Virginia.
Right.
You may only have one Maryland contractor.
Right.
And I'm working with the buyer and the seller. We have good rapport, but he's having a challenge finding a Maryland contractor that's responsive, that's not, and we're not dictating prices, but that understands the job and is willing to take the job and get back in a timely fashion. Because for us, it's time is of the essence all the time. And so that that was a challenge for him. So I'm aware that niche is there. You may have your person and one other person. If they're backed up, you're kind of like,
what do I do?
What do I do? Who do I
Right.
call?
Right.
And then, like you said, you're resorting to searching or trying to find somebody that knows somebody, and that's always a challenge.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
So and so what the concept of the philosophy behind that was, think of all these different social media platforms that exist, right? Facebook was a social platform to connect your friends. LinkedIn was a professional platform to connect to other professionals.
Right.
But why doesn't real estate have something specific like that?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's what MyRA360 is. MyRA360 is dedicated for the real estate investing industry, not the real estate industry, the real estate investing industry, because those are two completely different industries.
They are.
And so I wanted to create something that was specific to the investor. That when they reach out to general contractors or vendor or any lender, title company, whoever they're reaching out to, they're reaching out knowing that they're going to get on the phone with someone that has an investment mentality, that understands the dynamics of working with investors and can truly plug into an investor that has a process and a system going without a hitch.
Very good.
Right.
Very good.
So that was the initial concept was, let's create something that is for the real estate investing industry, and I think 360 has captured that pretty well.
Excellent. All right, I'm talking to my control room. There, we're gonna run the clip that's on the site that kind of gives you like a walkthrough of what the process will look like. Our market's a little new market for the product. We all know everyone from fast food to, you name it. It's either doing pop-ups or they do they want to introduce a new product. They introduce it to certain areas and they begin that rollout. So now we're going to be doing a rollout. I think from what I understand, you're doing a rollout in our area and really looking at because from what I understood from our earlier conversation is that all of these segments are area specific.
That is correct.
So, when you're going in and you're looking for the DMV area, it's going to send you people for your area.
Yep.
So we're going to air this clip so we can take a look at it, and then we're going to come back and talk about it a little more, and then we're going to go to our special guest who's going to give us some dynamite.
Awesome.
All right, we'll be right back with you after the break.
MyRE360 is the future of real estate investing. The road to success is simple as a MyRE360 member. You can learn the business, build your team, find a deal, and manage your project, all at the push of a button. MyRE360 is a unique platform that allows members to know with whom they are conducting business, with simple-to-read user stats, badges that highlight their professional accomplishments, and user ratings showing others' previous experiences with investors just like yourself. Through the education component, learn basic real estate terminologies and investment strategies, or more advanced techniques for the seasoned investor. Want the ultimate hands-on experience? Enroll in a mentorship program with a MyRE360 verified educator and get hands-on training and a step-by-step guide to becoming a real estate expert led by the industry's most accomplished individuals. Building your real estate team has never been easier. You can search through a list of MyRE360 verified vendors and build your local team with the industry's best in just a matter of minutes. Each vendor you are interested in working with will have badges highlighting the extent of their experience and user ratings from other investors who have previously worked with that vendor. You can create new relationships by adding vendors to your team that are interested in working a specific deal you are considering. Looking for your next project? Search credible deals from MyRE360 verified sellers and wholesalers. You can filter your search based on user rating, user verification status, number of badges earned, or a specific type of badge. Vendors who have expressed interest in a deal you are pursuing can offer additional reassurance that you have a great opportunity available. Decades of processes and strategies have been built into the project management tool. Fully equipped and customizable, this feature is pre-populated with pre, mid, and post-renovation checklists, a rehab estimator, and push-button auto reminders built into the simple-to-use tool. Once you have your team created and your next project secured, take advantage of our state-of-the-art push-button technology that allows you to qualify your project or communicate with your entire team at the push of a button. When you 360 the deal, each team member will get a message specific to their role in the project. This eliminates the need of sending multiple messages to different team members, as each message is customized to that team member's role. You can also 360 the team. With the push of a button, you can communicate updates or project changes to your entire team with customized or pre-populated messages. Push-button real estate investing comes full circle with MyRE360.
All right, so I hope that seeing that clip gave you a little insight about what we've been talking about and how the steps are. And, if you were watching us before the break, you noticed that we have multiplied, like Jesus' talents. Okay, we have multiplied, we have reproduced. So I want to, I don't have my bifocals, Charles, so, I have to do this. And, I'm just real. I'm just, this is who I am. But if you are anybody that's operating in the real estate investing in the DMV, you know this face right here. But if you don't, I'm going to introduce him. This is Charles Blair. He is known as the Mad Scientist. He is the owner and founder of the Real Deal Meetup and Chucky Buys Lucky Houses and Page One Success. So I'm so glad to have you join us here today, I tell you.
Thank you, Lisa. I'm honored to be here.
It's just a pleasure. Now, Adonis is going to give us just a little bit of feedback about the video clip that you saw, and then we're going to defer here to Charles, who's going to tell us. Charles is known as the Mad Scientist, and I'm telling you, he is just that. But I'm telling you, I have sat in, I saw him at Think Realty as well. My daughter had actually met him at someone else's meetup. I think he was presenting. They had him in as a presenter. And she was telling me all about this mad scientist. I'm like, is that a new Marvel character? I was like, who is this? But she was really impressed. And so when we went to the session for Think Realty, I think you were with Brittany Calloway. You guys did a joint piece. And she said, that's him, Mom. I was like, okay, I'm good. And he was like, I'm going to give you some real information. She said, Mom, you got to pay attention, get your pencil, because he's going to give you a lot of stuff. And she did not lie. I still have notes, but I was like, okay, well, let me turn and put it on this side right here. And I have actually traveled to Arbutus, and Lord knows I won't travel far for just, anything, but I've been in his meetings, and so he was having something on marketing, and I went, and I was not disappointed. It was the same thing, good content, and that's what we look for. So when he's got the mic, I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna really enjoy, so stay tuned. But Adonis, go back and address with us, now that they've seen how the push button works and the different modules that you have that you're investing in for the market, give us a little bit more about that.
So first of all, it's great to see you again. I actually met Charles last year at Think Realty as well. But just kind of in a nutshell, what the platform does is, first thing, it kind of employs the simplicity that the investing in real estate, how simple it can be. Real estate has a very kind of known stigma to be difficult to break into, could be, high risk. And the concept allows you to pretty much jump into the business, learn every part of the business that you're interested in, build your real estate team, find a deal, manage your project at the push of a button. It is as simple as you can get. Okay. And the beauty about that is, not only does it take kind of some of the difficulties out and simplifies it, but it connects you to people like Charles.
Okay.
And the beauty about our education piece is that when you get on the platform and you start learning the business, you're learning from local educators. You're going to learn from Charles on how to invest in your specific market. Mm-hmm. So coming out of Texas, I can't tell you how to flip a house or wholesale a deal in Washington, D.C. I just don't know the market. I don't know the requirements. Right. I can teach you the basics, but I can't do what Charles is able to do. So what 360 does is it takes all of the local professionals, the local educators, and it connects you to your local team, your local people, and allows you to grow. And it takes some of the intimidation away from it. It's if you can push a button, you can invest in real estate.
All right now. All right. All right. So now we know that you're a thought leader. We know that you're an educator. You're definitely a master marketer because there are other people that you have done marketing behind the scenes for that we may know their name, but we don't even know that you're the one that made them famous. You know.
Well, I'm not gonna go that far.
Well,
I helped them along.
you helped them along the way.
There you go. There
but
you go.
But you know what I'm saying,
Right.
because even with what we do here at the show, you know, my publicist helps. I have people behind the scenes, so we all need that team approach. And so, you know, we know that the methods that you use work not just for you, but they're replicatable. And in that ability to replicate a success, there's value there.
Absolutely.
And I think, you know, that's what Adonis wants to do with his platform. But talk to us a little bit about your why, what you do.
Oh, that's easy.
A little bit about your deal meetup.
Sure.
And, you know, the place that you see marketing. You know,
Sure.
take it away, sir.
My why is my lack of education. That
Okay.
has always been my why, the reason why I try to excel in everything that I do, the reason why I got into real estate investing. And the
Okay.
reason why I say that is because I dropped out of junior high school in 9th grade.
Oh,
I have a 9th
wow.
grade education to this day.
Get out.
And getting into real estate was the only thing that could touch me where the traditional school system couldn't.
True.
So once you find something that you love, once you find something that you have a passion with,
Yes.
it's not learning. It's
Okay.
it's devouring.
Yes.
In real estate investing, I started to devour, and that's how I got so successful in it. The other key point to that equation is the fact that I knew that if I didn't make real estate work, I had nothing to fall back on. I had a 9th grade education growing up in the projects of East Baltimore, and I had to make this work. And that's exactly what's the thing that pushed me over my 30 years, my longevity in the business, is that why of only having a 9th grade education.
And that's awesome because I know you were waiting to come on when we were talking, but you know, part of the real thrust of this show is to educate,
Right.
empower, and motivate people to action. And you epitomize that in the drive that you have and that will to succeed and that all or nothing
Exactly.
type approach.
And I tried to do that over the years. That's the reason why I started my meetup group. I
Okay.
realized that real estate investing was for them, but it wasn't for us.
Yes.
And I needed something
yes.
that was for us, my
That's right.
color, my skin, my people. And
That's right.
there was nothing 10, 12 years ago in this market for real estate investing. And that's when I started the meetup. Now, 10 years later, we're the second largest meetup in the nation, over 8,000 members. And I generally have somewhere between 200 to 250 people a month attending my meeting. It's my way to give back to the community because it wasn't always there for us.
That's
So
true.
that's my way to say, hey, we can make this work. Just like anything else we get involved with, we succeed. And if that knowledge is there for us, we'll succeed at it. And that's my path. That's my direction, is to give that knowledge to my people as often and as possible as I can each and every month.
And you know, and I get that vibe from you. You know, as I was saying, sitting in his meetups, and it's so funny because the last one that we were at, clients that I helped buy a house were like in the audience in his group, and I was like, "You guys are here? Like you're here?" You know, we're both there, but to get the knowledge and the information. Last year around this time, we were looking at Black History Month. One of the guests and I, we were talking, and it's like going from being property to owning property.
Right.
And some of us still struggle
I know.
making that transition
Transition.
because it starts up here. And you know what I do like about what I'm hearing today is both of you made that mindset transition. You know, you left corporate America and went to do something else. You said, okay, this is what I'm working with, but I see a glimmer over here, and it looks like it might be gold. I think I'm going to go dig it up. I'm going to go check it out. I'm going to go see what it is. And when you found out what it was, you said, okay, I'm going for it. But then you expanded that to say, okay, you know what? If it's gold for me, I think it could be gold for
absolutely.
other people. So there's an inclusiveness, I think, with both of your approaches to success and how to not only just grow your brands, but grow other people. And I think that's something, you know, with the government furlough and
Right.
all these things, we're returning back to that sense of community and unity that we got to grow each other.
Absolutely.
We got to grow each other. So tell me, I know for the event that I was at, we were talking about Facebook marketing and Google and how to position yourself. So as you're doing your deals, how you can position your marketing to be effective. You want to share with the audience a little bit about your approach to those things?
Sure.
Or
There's two formulas that I use in my business and that I teach everyone that I work with. Formula number one is you got to learn to be comfortable being uncomfortable.
yes.
If you can do that, you can achieve anything. Because a lot of things that we do that revolve around being successful starts off with us having to be uncomfortable.
That's right.
And if we can be comfortable at doing those things, that's half of the battle.
I agree.
Number two, action plus offers equal profit.
Well, now,
That's the formula.
can you say it again?
Action plus offers equal profit.
Okay.
You
All
take
right.
action, you will be able to make enough offers from those actions. The offers from those actions will give you profit. So
right.
everything that I try to touch or get involved with, I try to think in terms of simplicity. Once again, ninth grade education. So I don't want to make it hard for people. I want to make it so that anyone could pick up what I'm talking about and take it and run with it.
Not be intimidated.
Exactly. And because that's just the way I know from what I know. So when I started learning marketing, which was about 15 years ago, and very few people were doing sales pages, squeeze pages, landing
That's right.
pages, and so on.
Yes.
And I just basically started doing something that I also realized that I loved. I loved marketing.
That's right.
So anything you love, you're going to be better than that person who's working.
That's right. That's
So
right.
I'm the guy that loves doing it.
Yes.
I'm going to exceed in the areas where a person think it's work. It's pleasure for me. So
That's
I can
right.
spend 40 hours doing it and thinking of it as pleasure, while the other person is spending 8 hours doing it, thinking of it as work.
Pain and yes.
So that's where my success has come from me looking at this and learning this because I love it. That's
right.
the whole purpose. That's the whole reason behind everything that I do. It's that
That's right.
simple. Now, going back to what I was talking about marketing, most people don't realize that your brand is you.
That's right.
That's the key to your success in any aspect
it
of your
is.
business. What's
Yes.
the first thing that happens when you tell somebody your company name? They look you
They
up on
look it
Google.
up. Yes, they do.
They want to find out what that identity look like. What does that persona
right.
look like?
That's right.
In this day and age, perception is reality. We
It
were
is.
taught that it wasn't.
Yeah.
We were
Oh,
taught
yeah, we
that
were.
no, you can't judge a book by its cover. But it doesn't apply to the internet.
That's
it doesn't
right.
apply to online.
That's
That
right.
book is the cover online that you have to present that will give you the correct, or should I say the best foot forward for those individuals that want to work with you.
That's
so
right.
perception is everything when it comes to marketing and online. And that's what I teach my people to do, how to give themselves that best perception, but then back it up with action.
That's right. And you know, you made a really good point because, and I'm going to tie that back to you in just a moment, but I didn't realize, you know, when you use Uber, you know, they say rate your Uber driver.
Right.
Do you want to add
Exactly.
a compliment? And so I didn't realize that Uber now had a component where I was being rated as a driver. I mean, as a passenger.
Right.
And so a couple of weeks ago when we had that snow in the evening, my car was down, and so I was taking Uber, and it's all slushy, and the lady came, and she said, you know, I was really just trying to take short trips from the metro,
Right.
but I saw your rating on Uber, and I decided I was going to come and pick you up. It's a little farther than where I wanted to go,
Right.
but I saw that, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna come and pick you up. I was like, wow. So it makes a difference. And so when we look at the effect of Yelp and all of these, you know, my daughter was always like, I don't want to read the reviews because I don't know those people. I want to go see it by myself. But then I think we went to one place where I had read the review. It was a movie. And I said, I don't think we should go. It got horrible reviews. They don't know. I'm going to go. She's like, you know what? We should have read those. I should have read those reviews. So now she doesn't let it completely control her, but she's open to the idea of seeing what other people say. And so as individuals,
Yes.
I think we have to guard, you know, our good name. Like the scripture says, a good name is better than riches.
Absolutely.
You know, and so we have to guard our good name and watch the company that we keep and the actions, and especially in this area, DMV, you're going to see those people again.
Oh, my goodness.
You out there in Iowa or Missouri.
It's not even just DMV. The people that are doing business, like we all met at Think, right?
Right.
Think does events in Dallas, where I'm headquartered.
Right.
Think does events in LA, where my investment firm is headquartered. The same people that I met at Think told me to come speak to you, come speak to Charles. So the industry is one of those industries where if you slight someone here, that will carry across not just city lines, state lines. It can carry with you like in your life in the industry altogether.
That's right.
And the thing that a lot of people don't realize is that the market is small. The real estate investing market is very small. And
Right.
if I always tell people there's nothing more important than doing good business. And good business doesn't mean
Right.
that every transaction you get involved is going to close. It means that you're operating with ethics. Because the first
That's
time I
right.
meet the guys that ran Think Realty that told me someone is not doing good business, I don't want them to be part of the platform. Because
That's right.
if they
That's
have
right.
that reach to perform bad business, that association
Right.
can negatively impact our brand, can negatively impact your brand.
And
That's
give you an
right.
example of that. We've expanded our reach because I talked about the Page One Success. I talked about the Real Deal meetup in my real estate company. But now we do a cruise every year for real estate
Oh,
entrepreneurs.
that's right. I saw that.
Yeah, and
Yes.
this is our 5th year doing it.
Oh,
And we have
awesome.
about 80 to 100 investors come with us every year. All because of the reach of that brand. Think
Excellent.
Realty came with us this year because they wanted to be a part of that brand.
What you're doing.
So in this business, that aspect of the business is called social proof. And social proof is the biggest thing a company can get. That's why Uber asks for recommendations, asks for stars, because not
That's right.
only are you providing them with that data and that feedback, but they can also use that feedback to say, you see, Lisa love our product.
That's right.
Charles love our product.
That's
James
right.
love our product.
That's
so
right.
you should love our product.
That's right.
That's the key.
That is the key. And doing, in that ethics piece, doing good business. Even now, and it's not even based on the dollar value or volume that you do.
Right.
But it has to do with how do people feel after they've had a transaction with you.
Exactly.
Right.
Because the thing is, if you have handled them courteously, compassionately, ethically, even if things went sideways, but you were doing all that you could for whether you represented the buyer, the seller, of how you handle that. There's a lot of things that someone else could have done in that transaction that won't really tinge your reputation because you showed who you were at the beginning
And
and you followed that through.
And so that brings up a great point. I know I kind of I hear this a lot. Fake it till you make it. Not in this business. Here's why. I respect the person who tells me, hey, this is my first transaction. There will be a bit of a learning curve.
That's right.
Understand. The reason I am a hardcore advocate against faking it till you make it is because if you tell me you know what you're doing, there shouldn't be learning curves. There shouldn't be
Right.
stuff that you and I are having a conversations about, at least based off of what you've told me.
Right.
And what that does is that taints my perception of you because you may be acting in the best interest, but your lack of knowledge will be reflected to other people as potential as maliciousness, as
That's right.
kind of
That's
undercutting,
right.
as trying to backdoor, whereas
That's right.
whereas you just maybe don't know. So I always tell people, be who you are. Be true
right.
to not only your brand, but be true to who you are in the space. If you're new, tell the people that you're doing business with that you're new, and be prepared, not for them to not take you seriously, but think of it glass half full. Be prepared for them to assist you in the transaction. And I think
Yes.
that's commonly what's missed. A lot of people think they got to come in and be the man in these streets day one. And no, sometimes people want to know that, hey, if you need help, I have no problem helping you. But just be true to who you are as one of my biggest pieces of
And
advice.
As another note, just to play on that, people like to do business with people who they like, know, and trust.
Right.
That's right.
That's the key.
That's right.
Like, know, and trust. And I'm that person that I got 30 years experience in this business. The last thing I want a person to do is feel intimidated by my knowledge. So I always tell people I'm green. Because my saying is when you're green, you grow. When you're ripe, you rot.
Come on now. I'm gonna use that. Everybody, if you hear me say it, I'm gonna use it.
I will always be green because
Yes.
I will never close my mind to the point of wanting to learn.
Right.
That's right.
And that's what each and everyone needs to keep in mind when they come to the point in their business where it's time to give back. Don't
Yes.
put yourself on a pedestal.
Right.
For the last 3 years, my mission has been to help 1,000 people become successful each year for the last 3 years. That's my mission, and that's the reason why I do my meetup and give it all for free. There's no sales, there's nothing. It's just giving it back to the community because I'm a firm believer. And out of the 15 years I've been doing this meetup, that was the best. And I don't want to call it a business decision because that was the best philosophy I had because by giving it away for free, it has come back tenfold.
That's
because
right.
people see that I'm not asking for anything. I just want to help you become successful, and I'm willing to give it to you. And then it goes back to the like, know, and trust. You
right.
build and establish that relationship.
That's right.
It's priceless.
And and I think, and for those of you in the audience that haven't met them before, or may not have seen our show, it's really kind of the theme that all of us on this platform operate on. Adonis with his company and his organic growth is trying to create a tool that allows for that allows kind of like self-policing because it allows people to say, I had a great job with Jim, or maybe I didn't have a great job with Jim. It allows you to have control over who you pick to work with based on what you see. And you can still call say, I know this is your first deal. I've been doing this for a little while, but it looks like you got a great project here. I like to be the lender to help you see this happen, and maybe we could have a win-win.
Right.
It doesn't eliminate you from the conversation. I can say the 2 times that I've seen Charles present, the first time he shared the platform with Brittany Calloway, and they're both strong in their own right. She's a systems queen in terms of setting up things, but I did not sense a pull and tug for the audience's attention. What I sensed was a joint effort to leave the audience better than they were when they got there. For my show, what I do is I have other real estate agents on. I said I can't buy and sell it all.
There you go.
I have
Exactly.
people, I have realtors that have written books that are specializing in a part of real estate that I may not have achieved or specialized in. Why would I withhold you knowing about them?
Exactly.
To whose detriment? You know what I'm saying? So, I'm open because I know that I have tried my best to create an ethical path for myself, so I know that there are people that's going to gravitate towards me.
Oh, that's the reason why I'm on this show. Because I know you've been successful at doing that. I only work with people that I believe in. And I checked you out.
You did?
And trust me, you are the real deal. No pun intended.
Thank you.
But
Thank you.
I know exactly what you're saying. And, this platform is a huge plus for the entrepreneur that really wants to get to be in the eye with good people. And
Thank you so much.
You are good people.
Thank you so much. Because it's really important to me. We've highlighted, single people that have overcome obstacles, become homeowners. I have lenders on, but I want to have lenders on that I feel like are offering good products to people. We highlight resources in our community because it's important. I have what I have. You have what you have. You have what you have. But to be able to raise up our communities and individuals and give them something that they can work at. And now, even our federal workers, we know that's not guaranteed. That used to be like the key to success. Just get in the government, be there 30 years, get your retirement, and you're good to go. And many of us are looking at real estate and the subsidiary services that go with real estate to see how we can create a better environment for our family. I was looking at your Facebook page and just the pictures of your son and just that being a motivator. You looking at the area where you're working in and saying, okay, this corporate thing, it's no safety here. I need to take control of my environment and create something that's good for me and also good for other people. And in talking to your staff and talking to Frida, she's former military. So I know she don't take no mess. I did say that, Frida. And so knowing that she is not going to be involved with something that she doesn't feel like is going to be beneficial to people. And it came through so clearly on on the phone with her. But you know, I'm not Martin Luther King. I'm not about to do the "I Have a Dream" speech.
Right.
But I do have such a desire to see communities, and this isn't a color exclusive show. You know,
Right.
I have all colors, all ethnic groups are welcome to be on this platform. But just seeing, I'm excited seeing people in rural areas be able to buy and do well and provide for their families as I am for the inner city. You know, so all of the communities. But where I see the need and seeing people putting their hands to the plow and offering ways out and opportunities, it really does my heart good, you know, to do that. So I've enjoyed having you both here. I'm gonna start with Adonis. Tell people where to find you and how to get tapped in. I think we can say right now that it is not fully here yet, but it's coming. And so if you're interested in being an educator on the platform or just being a part or taking advantage of what's there, how can people get involved?
So first off, they can look for MyRE360 on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, and essentially on all of the social media platforms for MyRE360. We put out daily and weekly tips about different things happening in your industry, in the industry, different tips to help kind of improve your real estate investing life. And different resources that are available. So, hey, if you are interested in finding a vendor, consider this particular vendor type of thing. So, MyRE360 does put out daily and weekly content to help just kind of give you another trick of the trade as you're going through your investing space. You can follow me personally, Adonis Lockett, Instagram Adonis Lockett, Facebook Adonis Lockett. And what I do is I give people a combination. So I'm currently flipping houses now. So if you log onto any of my social media, one day you'll see me mid-renovation talking through what I'm doing, talking through issues that I'm having and how to work through it. The next day you'll see me working through a wholesale transaction. Next day you'll see me talking about 360. Next day it'll be about a hard money loan. So what I do on my different social media accounts is I talk you through the different avenues of investing, whether you're in the middle of a flip project, whether you're taking on a loan. I just kind of give you tricks of the trades to help move you along, and then just kind of my personal experience in the industry.
Excellent. And as you have large events here in the areas, you continue to roll out, the product for the DMV. You always have an opportunity to come and let us know, send us flyers, send us information so we can get the word out so that people will know. Now, Charles, I know, guys, if you go on YouTube, and what's one of your keywords? Because you said it at the last meetup.
See Blair 109.
See Blair 109. You go on there. I mean, the man is prolific. He should own stock. You own stock in YouTube? He should own stock in YouTube. I'm telling you. But it's good quality stuff, It's good quality information. But tell them how you want them to find you and how you would like to have them participate with you in the things that you're doing.
Sure. The main businesses that my wife and I have is Page One Success. That's my marketing company. We work with entrepreneurs all around the country to help them grow their business online and offline. Even do product creation. Even do book creation as well. I got several books written as well.
Okay.
My real estate investing company is Chucky by Lucky Houses. We're currently investing in 6 different markets: Maryland, D.C., Virginia, Houston, Ohio, and Jacksonville, Florida. Those are the markets that I invest in. And my love is my meetup. That's my way to give back to the community. We're currently now in Maryland. We also have one in Ohio, and we also have one in Orlando. Florida.
Okay.
So those are my 3 core businesses. And one of the things we just started was our nonprofit. My wife and I have a nonprofit built towards helping Baltimore. It's called Dream Architect. And that's what we deal with. We're trying to help individuals in Baltimore find success through entrepreneurship. And that's what the whole purpose of the Dream Architect Foundation. So those are the ways in which you can reach me. Online, just type in Charles Blair, the Mad Scientist, or check me out on my Facebook page. Those are the best ways to reach me.
Excellent. And I want to say that when you do go to his events, it will be a warm atmosphere. I've met your wife. Yeah. She is lovely. So shout out to you. And And she just made me feel so comfortable. She's like, okay, I got you on the list. Okay, come on over. It's a seat over, because you're going to want to sit down and take notes. Come on over here. And I mean, she's everywhere. You know, she's checking charge. She's like, you good over there?
That's my number one ambassador.
He was
That's
like,
my
yeah,
partner.
you know. But she made sure, you know, she got all our sandwiches out. And I mean, she just took good care of us. So, you know, I just liked the atmosphere. So I'm letting you know, share this event, because you never know who's thinking about real estate and what you might not be thinking about today. You may have a life event that makes you rethink that and think, hey, I want to do this. But this is in the vein of what we want to do. We want to continue to provide you with information. So avail yourself of what's out there. Take a look at the meetup. Take a look at the software. Leave a comment, but definitely share the information. Of course, you know where to find us, and we plan to have this episode on Roku and Amazon Fire Stick the following week, and I'll be able to post on what time that time slot, because it may be our regular time slot here or maybe a different one. So I'll let you know. That's another platform that we're involved in, because we want to be everywhere that you are, everywhere that you're viewing. We want to be able for you to see it. You know, you might have got grandma and grandpa new TV and they like to see stuff. They're not going on Facebook. They be like, no, I don't like that facing stuff. I don't know, but don't know nothing about that. I just know I'm not going there. So that's another way that people can get the information, because I want you to be able to take action. I'm taking action. I feel like, Charles, I want to stay green. I don't really want to grow up this way, but I want to grow up this way and up in here. You understand what I'm saying? But it's important for us to grow and not stagnate. We cannot wait for someone to create our solutions for us. We got to create our own solutions. And we have been provided so many avenues. And it's time to pick up those ideas, re-examine them, and move forward with them. Don't wait. Don't wait till you got it all together. Start doing something now. Something that will make a difference, and make a difference not only for you, but for your family. Because we know how we came into this country. But we are strong. We have ideas. We have creativity. You know, we talk about Black Wall Street. And I'm bringing this up because it's Black History Month. And sometimes the comments are, look what happened, and it didn't make it. But, it made it. That's why what happened, happened. Don't believe the lie that we cannot work together, that we cannot achieve. Yes, real estate's competitive. Meetups can be competitive. Mm-hmm. Vending and lending can be competitive. But at the end of the day, competition just causes us to sharpen, to be better. The Bible says iron sharpens iron, So in the rubbing together, we all get better. But if we keep in mind that we have an ultimate goal to raise us all up, to get us all to a place where we can have that self-sustaining kind of lifestyle, because that's what Dr. King wanted. When he was looking at his economic justice plan, it's not that we all had to make the same salary, but that we all had a living wage, that we could take care of our families, because this was America, and this was the promise of America. Black history is American history. So it is all of our history, because we're all here together. So I want to thank you all. I want to thank my guests. You really made my day. I want to thank you so much for coming on the show. I want to thank you all for continuing to listen and support. I want to mention that Asala is having their signature event. Asala is ASALH. It stands for the Association for the Life and Study of African American History here in our country. It was started by Carter G. Woodson, who started Negro History Week, which is now Black History Month. It's this Saturday, February the 16th. It is at the Washington Renaissance Hotel. We'll provide a link on our page, or you can go to asalh.org and get the ticket information. I volunteered last year. I'm going to volunteer again this year, so I will be there. White top, black bottom. I'm going to be there, okay? Because I love, I'm telling you, it's such a beautiful event. You're going to see a lot of authors there. So we're going to be there with the authors, and then there's going to be the signature luncheon with a great panel after that. Now, I've got another announcement. Y'all watch me. I'm squinting. But it's going to be Saturday, February 23rd, the HBCU Festival. I can't read all the notes here that they're showing me, but I'm going to post it on our page so you'll be able to see it. And don't forget our Home Buyers Boot Camp, February 23rd. with Old Line Bank about how you can layer the grant products to get a really good deal. It's not too late. Don't listen to all the bad news because there's some good news out there. And we're here to show you. It's going to be 3 to 5. 4201 Mitchellville Road out in Bowie. It's on our page. You can get free tickets, Eventbrite. We're going to feed you something. Come out and find out how to make your deal for your first home work. We're getting ready to sign off. And just remember, we thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you at the show. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Absolutely.